Hi all, so I'm going to be doing this hex in a couple of different segments, just for the sake of making this video. And I'm going to show you how to do one, and then I'll show you how to break one. Right? Because the challenge is protection and defense. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense. But you know, defense is also a good defense. So I'm going to show you how to break a hex too. Hekate, mother of midnight, mother of witches. Hekate Brimo, Hekate Eidolon. Come, I beckon you. Come, bear witness to this rite. Hekate, 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 great goddess who rules between the earth and the moon, who triple rules the air, the earth, the water, she who rules above and below. Hekate, Brimo, come, come, come. Hekate, hail and welcome. Okay. Oh, there you go. It flares right back up. Okay. So now we're going to make this little poppet. So this has the name of my target, and then the name of my target is crossed with the words "shut up" 7 times. Sorry, it's getting kind of blurry every now and then. It's having trouble. So now we're going to fill the poppet head with all of our curse stuff. First off is a little bit of paprika. And then a pretty healthy amount of crushed pepper so that it makes a nice little round head. We don't want the head to be too big. Her head's already big enough, which is why we're doing this. And a little bit of nutmeg, because nutmeg can be used to counter success and get someone to shut up. Nutmeg, Myristica fragrans, is where we actually get mace from, so we're just gonna mace her up a little bit. And then of course black mustard seeds. You don't need too many, just a little bit. I see a lot of people on social media just like pouring so many herbs. You really don't need to. I think it's a little disrespectful to the spirits if you're using too much. And then just a little bit of cloves, because cloves are cleansing and I want her gone. Okay. So these are technically my poppet guts. So the flannel is my poppet skin, and then this stuff are my poppet guts, the stuffing. Okay. So I'm going to tie this up and then I'll show it to you in just a second. Okay, so now the poppet's all tied up. She has a little pig leg and some little pig arms. So this is just a cute little puppet. We tied it up with red string to simulate life and maybe a little bit of, you know, comeuppance. And so this is going to be a version of a Bonebreak Poppet. And Bonebreak Poppets, like, they're not always just to break actual bones, but to break someone's power to harm you. And so we can break her left arm. So that she cannot do works against us, hidden works. And we can break her right arm. So that she cannot work with others against us. And doesn't that make such a satisfying little sound? And we can break her little pig leg so that she cannot step toward us in aggression. And then we've got this little broken puppet. So, now, the version of the souring spell that I usually do requires a little bit of Jugo Cacacito, or little shit juice, which is super disgusting. Okay. You can look back on my Insta and see how to make it. So, see, she's got like a little puppet mouth there. You just put it in her mouth so that she has to deal with all the shitty words she's been saying and taste her own medicine. Is it gross? Yes. Is it worth it? Also yes. Okay. And now we're going to put her in this jar. Broken arms. See, this is why you don't want their head to be too fat. There we go. Shove that in there. There's your other little arms. That's all together. And then we're going to pour white vinegar. Red wine vinegar. A little bit of molasses. I can tell you right now that this is super smelly. And not something that anybody would really want in their mouth. A little bit of peppermint extract. We're gonna add some more Jugo Cacacito just for good measure. I'm gonna add a little bit of this shut up oil. And then just because I'm feeling extra feisty, we're going to put some extra chili peppers in there. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. then just top it off, fill it up to the bottom of the screw area. And then take your lid, and I don't have a black candle currently, so instead I'm going to use one of these sacred candles that I've already dressed. Which are white candles. White candles can be used for basically any spell. Really, so can black candles. But, you know, always use what you've got on hand. And then you're going to let that candle burn all the way down to the lid of the jar. And then you're going to shake that jar every day. And you're going to shake it aggressively. And you're going to tell it, you're going to tell the little poppet in there not to talk shit, not to cause trouble for you, or else. And the consequences for this, like, this should just be a shut up spell, or like stop talking shit about me to other people, stop talking shit in general, taste the shitty words that you're saying, a taste of your own medicine, like that kind of stuff. Other components can be added to increase the potency of the spell. And of course I didn't show all of the steps or anything, but I showed some of the biggies. So, you know, make up something that works for you. But this is a version of a hex that can be done, and I'm glad we did it. All right, go have fun. Okay, so how do you break a hex? This is just one of many, many ways. I mean, you can do really whatever comes to mind, but this is one of the ways. I wish I had garlic, but I don't. So, anyway, so I always like to have a little white candle lit, you know, just because. This candle can be dressed, so we're not actually breaking a hex right now. This is just pretending, because I don't actually need to break a hex, and I don't, you know, don't do magic if you don't need to. This is just a demonstration. So I haven't actually dressed this candle or anything either, but you can dress this candle, write your name on it, going this way. So you write your name on it going this way, or if you know the person who's cast magic on you, you can write their name on the candle. But barring that, you dress the candle with your name on it, and you just say, as the candle burns, so shall I be cleansed of this witchcraft, or this spell, this hex, this curse, whatever you say. But the idea of the candle is to draw in the spirits that are working with you, to act as kind of a beacon for, you know, whoever, and then also to act as you bewitched. So as it burns, you're burning away the bewitchment. Okay? So next you're going to want a pot of water, and just regular old water. Something you can do that I did not do, but something you can do, and I guess we're just gonna do it. Sorry if you're seeing all kinds of stuff I didn't mean for you to see. Add a little bit of salt to the water, because everybody knows that salt gets rid of witches. Surround thyself with a circle of salt to protect thy victim from thy power. You know how it goes. Okay, so the idea here is that when the witch hexes you, they leave a little bit of their self, their magic, in that person, in you, or whoever has been hexed. like kind of like a virus. And so that can be used as a sympathetic link to affect the witch themselves. And so say this is, I mean, it's just a piece of green felt, but say it was a shirt that someone had been sweating in. That sweat is filled with the power of that witch. And so all you have to do is boil that piece of clothing, and you effectively boil the witch. So something else that you can add is the urine of the person. No, that wasn't urine. For real. We're pretending. So you boil the urine of the person. And then, as a curse breaker, you add a little bit of sulfur. Sulfur can be used to hex too, but sulfur is also a potent remedy for a hex. Okay. And so while this is boiling, you say whatever spell or prayer. Most of the prayers that I've seen are pretty Christian-based. I am not one who traffics with the Christian God. So, you know, I'm not going to be praying to the Trinity or anything like that. But you could do something along the lines of... okay, so I work with Hekate mostly. So you can do something like Hekate, Mother of all, Source of all souls, purify me. O great Hekate, by this action, the hex over me is broken. O great Hekate, take this from me. Purify me, cleanse me. So it is, so it is, so it is. And then, you know, just chant something along those lines or whatever. I don't know who you work with. Maybe you work with God and Jesus and stuff. Talk to them. But you know, you see it, the demonstration. So this is just kind of a folkloric way of getting rid of witchcraft. You literally boil the witch by boiling the clothes, the blood, the urine, the spit of the person. That's actually an interesting thing to bring up, is the spit. So what you can do is just really curse out the witch. Like, get your mouth full of those swears, full of that curse. And then what you do is spit in the pot, not all over the stove like I just did, but you spit in the pot. And then that spit is not only full of the witch's magic, the witch herself, or himself, themself, whoever, but it's also full of your maledictions. So you're literally spitting your maledictions into this pot and just getting the curse out and hopefully affecting the person that affected you with them too. Just an option.